$12.47. That's your balance, not your savings, your balance. You check it at 11:43 p.m., lying on a mattress you bought secondhand from someone on Facebook Marketplace. You check it again at 11:44. The number doesn't change. You have $31,000 in student loans, $4,200 on a credit card, and a direct deposit that hits on Friday that is already spent. You are 23 years old. You are not behind. You tell yourself you are not behind, but every grocery run is a calculation. You put the olive oil back. You buy the store brand. You split a streaming password with someone you don't particularly like anymore because canceling feels like losing ground. This is what zero feels like. Not dramatic, not cinematic. Just a low, constant hum of arithmetic running underneath everything you do. You don't talk about money. Nobody does at this level. But everybody is doing the same math. You watch your bank app more than your messages. You know your account number by heart. You move $200 to savings and move it back 3 days later. This is the level where money is not a tool. Money is the air. Either you have enough or you're already suffocating, and you can't always tell which one it is. The first rule, at zero, your relationship with money is entirely emotional. And emotional decisions compound in the wrong direction. You get the raise. Not a big one, $6,000 a year before tax. It lands as $387 extra per month. You felt rich for approximately one afternoon. Then the car needs $900 in brake pads and rotors. You learn that expenses expand to meet whatever space you make for them. You pay off the smallest card, $1,200. You screenshot the zero balance. You send it to nobody, because nobody would understand why this screenshot means what it means to you. But it means everything. Because for the first time, a number moved in the right direction because of a decision you made. That's the beginning. You cross $10,000 in savings for the first time. You're 26. You've never had 5 figures before. Not once. You check the balance constantly for the first week. Not out of anxiety this time. Out of disbelief. You don't do anything with it. You just let it sit there. The psychological weight of $10,000 when you've never had it is disproportionate to the number itself. You feel like you've crossed into a different category of person. You haven't. But you feel it. You start reading. Not self-help, not motivation. Actual books about how money moves. You learn what an index fund is. You open a brokerage account and stare at it for 3 weeks before you put anything in. You invest $1,500. The market dips the next day. You almost pull it out. You don't. This is the moment you decide whether fear runs your decisions or you do. The shift. You stop thinking about money as safety and start thinking about money as information. You're making $68,000 a year now. You've got $40,000 saved. You have a Roth IRA you're actually contributing to. You feel, by most measures, fine. Stable. You're doing what you were told to do. Max the 401 KEK. Build an emergency fund. Avoid lifestyle inflation. You're doing all of it. And then you sit down and run the numbers honestly, all the way out. You type the projections into a spreadsheet at midnight, and you stare at what 40 years of disciplined saving at your current income looks like, and something shifts in your chest. Because the number at the end is not what you thought it was. It's fine. It's enough. It is not what you want. This is the competence plateau. You are good at surviving. You are not yet good at building. The second rule, salary is a ceiling dressed up as a floor. The moment you see it clearly, you cannot unsee it. You start a side project. You don't call it a business. It's just a thing you do on weekends that makes $400 a month, then $900, then $1,700. You don't tell your employer. You don't tell most people. You reinvest everything back into it for 14 months. You eat the same lunches. You don't upgrade anything. Your net worth crosses $80,000. Then $110,000. You start feeling the gap between where you are and where a salary alone would have taken you. The gap is where the leverage lives. Your investments return $3,800 in a single year without you doing anything. You've had months where your side income was higher than your paycheck. You know what an asset is now, not theoretically, physically. Something you built or bought that earns while you sleep. Your relationship with time changes. You start measuring hours differently. Every hour spent on something that doesn't compound is an hour the machine isn't running. You cross $150,000 in net worth, you're 32. You have a rental property with $44,000 in equity, a brokerage account sitting at $61,000, a business generating $6,200 a month. You still drive the same car. You don't tell people about any of this. You've noticed that talking about money at this level makes people strange, either envious or dismissive. Neither is useful. You start saying no to things that used to be automatic yeses. A destination wedding you can't afford without liquidating something. A group holiday where everyone splits cost equally and you'd be subsidizing 3 people. A business opportunity pitched by a friend who doesn't understand cash flow. No, no, no. You feel the friction in the relationships. You feel it and you stay quiet and you say no anyway. The shift. You stop spending money to maintain relationships and start protecting capital to build options. At $300,000, your money is starting to have a personality. It has preferences. It wants to go certain places and resists others. You've had one investment return $22,000 in 8 months. You've had one lose $9,400. You don't panic about the loss. Not because you don't care about $9,400, you do, but because you understand now that this is the cost of being in the game. You don't pull back. You reposition. This is what the people at the bottom think the people at the top don't understand. They think the top is about avoiding risk. It's not. It's about choosing which risks are worth sitting with. The third rule. Below $500,000, you are still buying assets. Above it, assets start buying each other.